In a world where equality is just another euphemism for mediocrity, where participation is more highly valued than achievement, where just enough to get by is the new standard of excellence, there is a small minority of people who fight back against such apathy, who struggle daily to reach new heights. These brave few are the hope for the future, the bright shining light for the next generation. They are the ones who will lead us to the places we have never dreamed of, to the undiscovered country, to reach goals only a few can even begin to imagine. Unfortunately, none of those people could be here tonight, so kick back and relax. Prepare yourself for several hours of fun, friendship, fascinating conversation, and fabulous music. All those F's, that's an alliteration and kind of a radio trick. Speaking of radio, you're listening to the most popular radio station in the history of broadcast radio, at least among stations that originate from Chris's living room. It's Curious Times. Your host is a curious listener. Here she is, Chris.
All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Curious Times. And, yes, thank you for pointing that out, Deb. It's November 5th, and it is the first weekend after Halloween, which means time change. Time change. Fall back. It'll be dark by 4:30 or something pretty soon here. You know what I mean? That sucks. And I'm just getting up then because I don't go to sleep till 1 in the afternoon, you know, 1:32, have a little nap for 2.5 hours and call that sleep, you know. So I exist in darkness in the winter. And so there you go. Okay, we got Kimber here tonight, and tomorrow Hillary Black is here. Diana Monroe is here on Monday. Tuesday, the heavy metal psychic is Melissa Bruce, and Kathleen Morris here Wednesday. Thursday, Jen Young. Friday, Selva's back. It's going to be our Friday person, except for the last Friday in November, and then moving forward, it's Friday nights with Selva. And Yvette Howell is back. A week from tonight, I had to give her the month of October off due to Halloween busyness for her. She was too busy to spend her valuable time with the likes of us. But anyway, she'll be back on next Saturday, and it'd be nice. I really enjoy talking to her, and I only have her on once a month, so when she misses one, it just gets to be too long, you know. I have hair problem back there. See that? Hair problem there. If I just go get a pair of scissors, we'll just cut that. And it won't stick out. It curls all the wrong way. It's really bad. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so I did that. Kimber, you guys all know. She is the bone reader, really, you know, but she also reads auras and animals and cards and stones and bones, and she reads spaghetti. She reads egg yolks. I made that up, eh? And she just reads anything. Even an egg yolk has energy, you guys. And so anyway, she gets you to spin the egg around 3 times, and then she gets you to crack it. And then she reads the yolk. I'm just kidding. But she could try that one time. Not on the radio, though. Although she could have tried that in the parking lot the other day when my whole cart of eggs went splat. And so anyway, okay. She can be found frequently at Curious Times, although not in the chat room too often. She's almost always listening in on my phone. She also has had a near-death experience, and maybe we have a bit of a newer audience. We have some newer people. And so maybe if we get a few more people, we'll wait until a few more people come, if they do. And maybe we'll just get Kimber to talk about her near-death. Yeah, we call them x-rays here, exactly. And talk about her near-death experience, and you guys can find out about that. But anyways, this became the push for her to help more people more often, and she just feels urged to do so. She has urges to help people. And you can find her on Facebook at facebook.com/Kimber-Lee Psychic Medium 1. The number 1, not the word 1. So let's go get Kimber. I'm going to be done. Hi, Kimber.
Hey, hi, how are you?
Hey, how are you? Fine, how are you? I am fine. How are you? Did you guys ever write those to your grandma, or whoever, they sent you something and you had to sit down at the table and write a letter? Of course, the younger folks these days wouldn't know about writing letters, but it would always start off, "Dear Grandma, how are you? I am fine." But anyway. So what's been going on with you, Kimber? What did you do for Halloween? What did you dress up as?
Actually, I did not go out. I had plans, but then I canceled them and didn't go. So, yeah, but what was that?
I said, did you eat a lot of candy?
No, I'm not a big candy eater. No.
I'm shocked.
No. Yeah, more of a partier, and I was going to be a Viking. Yeah, going to be a Viking. So.
Okay, a sexy Viking, though.
Oh, yeah, definitely. No, I'm Norwegian, so yeah.
Yeah.
So definitely.
How tall are you?
Almost 5'8".
Okay, so you are a little bit on the taller side. Now, I don't know, people would think of you blonde, but I don't know why I want to say that it's really, you might be blonde, but you're really not blonde. But you said you're Norwegian, so maybe you really are blonde. Are you blonde?
Yes, yes.
Have you ever colored it darker? No.
No, not really. No, pretty much blonde. Born blonde and pretty much stayed blonde. So
of course.
Different shades. What was that?
Well, that's just like when you're born blonde, you know what I mean? That would be like somebody that was born with beautiful blue eyes, wanting to wear contacts to make them look brown or something like that. It just doesn't happen, And so anyway, blonde doesn't usually look to color their hair, And so are you yet? And does it like blend in nice with the blonde or?
What was that? I'm sorry.
Read my lips. Am I breaking up?
It must. Maybe it's my phone, and I'm not in the chat. I couldn't get in. I'm so sorry. I can't remember my password.
Oh, you can't. Well, why don't you click the button that says "I don't remember my password" and have them email it to you?
And because I can't get in my email. I have a couple of them, but the one that I use for that, I can't get in that because of password issues, and I don't know. So I have to figure all that out, and I'm sorry, so I can't read your lips. I can read your mind.
I can read your mind. I could read the bones. I could read your aura. I could read your dead grandmother's aura. I could read, your running shoes, but I cannot read your lips. And, Okay, so time change. You're going to be sure and go vote. We're not going to talk about politics, but we are urging people to vote. Even if you have to hold your nose to do it, you got to vote, you guys. Kimber?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Don't care for any, but...
Didn't vote early. You obviously didn't vote early. Are you in a state where they let you vote early?
Yeah.
You're a procrastinator.
Yeah, that too, plus just not happy, about any of it, but, well, it is what it is, right?
I wouldn't have I would run to I would not have to hold my nose for any amount of time to go and cast my vote on this one. It's a no-brainer to me. And I just don't understand the lies that people are believing. But shit happens, and that's the way it goes. So, you know, it wouldn't be. Listen, I have seen a lot sleazier. We had a guy here called Ralph Klein. This guy, like, he was our premier. He was witness, like, smacking his wife in the bar, and he still got elected here. He's like a extreme right-wing freaking redneck. He's dead now, rest your soul. But no, like, what, he was just the slimiest slime. And, you know, I used to say, like, you could be a freaking monkey and get elected as a PC over here, like as a progressive conservative over here in Alberta at any time in the past. You know, you wouldn't need to be part of. I had a strategy once upon a time. I said, like, why doesn't somebody, like, just like go and sign up as a PC and then come up through the system? Get a bunch of people actually to go run as MLAs, members of legislature, as PCs, and then once they're elected, cross the floor. You know, and there's some of that going on. Like this PC would go even a more extreme right and cross the floor, and they would change party a lot, which means that, you know, the vote goes to the other party. Then, you know what I mean? Like, so. I always thought that's the only way we'll ever have a chance in Alberta, you know what I mean? And so I've seen a lot slimier, you know, people and get elected, and so I would not have a problem at all. I kind of wish I was American just for that reason, so I could go vote 100,000 times or something like this. No, we're not even talking about that. We're going to move on. All I was trying to do is encourage people to vote. Make sure you vote. Because I get bothered. I hate that. I hate it. And whether the system's flawed, blah, go vote. Vote. Died for you to have the right to vote.
Exactly. Exercise your right, your freedom, you know,
He got fooled by Donald Trump. And she just voted for a sex offender. She voted for a sex offender. I don't hate you. Should be on the lifetime. Who is he to tell anyone else they're criminal? Guy should be on the sex offenders list. You know what I mean? He should be a dot in my neighborhood, on my map in some neighborhood. You know what I mean? As a registered sex offender. You know, guy bragged. Never mind. You know. And so anyway, okay. Yeah. Enough of that. Just go vote. And you just don't tell me that you voted for a sex offender if you vote.
No, I'm, you know, no, not happy with any. But there is another choice.
I feel there's a huge difference between what Donald Trump did and bragged about doing in his own voice, and, you know, being a cheating husband that will let anyone give them a blowjob. That's not forcing anybody or forcing yourself on anybody. You know what I mean? And so if people want to say, oh, Bill Clinton, blah, you know what I'm saying? I will never, ever believe for 2 seconds that Monica Lewinsky wasn't exactly where she wanted to be when she was under the desk. And what person, you know, and that's exactly what, and she saved that dress in case she ever needed to have blackmail material. You know what I'm saying? And vote for Curious Listener 1414. I'd like to get votes in 3 consecutive elections. Write that name in. I actually got votes in the American election. So there you go.
See? Like I said, there's other options.
Yeah, that's right. You could write in a name. So, okay, anyway, enough of that. What's new? What do you want to talk about? We have one caller. We have 2 callers for you, so that's good.
Yay.
And but we don't want to get there too soon, or we'll be ending the show in 40 minutes from now. You know what I mean? So Jackie, and then what do you want to talk about in the meanwhile?
Sure. I thought maybe we could talk about sending distant energy, and healing. I have a lot of people and friends that ask me about that and how to do it, and ones that do it very often. And I just thought maybe we could kind of go over a little bit of how to do it, just a basic. There's many, many different ways, but, maybe talk a little bit about that and kind of a basic way of how to do it for ones that aren't really sure or are interested in it. It's always good to do, and I believe, everyone can do it. And just to learn how, and how to just even a basic starting out, and then finding and working with what works for each individual, and what fits for each one, because that can be different, and there's so many different ways of doing it, but there's kind of, just general ways of starting and, believing in it and doing it and over again, and pretty soon it just becomes so much more easier and more comfortable, and I think it's something good for everyone to know, and not only for others and animals and, even just everything, and themselves. As we heal others, we heal ourselves. And so it's good to kind of, our thoughts are very powerful, and thinking about someone and sending them energy and healing, and, I think can be very powerful, very helpful, sending healing and good thoughts and wishes. And I think we all have the ability and to, loving, healing energy, and it, just basic ways of doing it, setting up space, finding a quiet place where you won't be disturbed, and try to make sure the space has been cleared and free of clutter and other distractions, and quiet your mind, it's still your mind, taking a few deep breaths, set up your intention for your healing. You may want to state clearly as to who you're sending the healing energy to, and it may be more than one. It may be, a person or an animal or a place or an event, so many different things. And kind of build up your energy to, send the positive and healing energy. There's many different ways of doing it. You can start by rubbing your hands together in a circular motion until you can feel that energy building between them, and feel it, in almost like a energy ball. You can picture it as that, or whatever way you choose to, and you can feel that energy through your hands, and imagine taking that and taking it even as a shape of a ball, or a thunderbolt, or whatever you want it to be. And you can give that energy ball its own color base, if depending on the type of healing you wish to send. Blue for emotional healing, orange for physical healing, white for spiritual healing, general healing, green for heart healing, purple for psychic protection. Keep focus on your attention on the energy ball, making it bigger, stronger, and more powerful with every breath. Send the energy when you feel the ball of energy buzzing and strong, and visualize it, sending it to your chosen person or animal or place or event or whatever you are setting your intentions for. You may want to picture the person or that you are sending it to, and receiving the energy and feeling the, beautiful healing effects, and just, feeling it, believe to receive. Then it's very important that when you've done all that you recharge yourself, you recharge your batteries, yourself. Once the healing energy has been sent, you need to do that by grounding your energy, releasing what you need to, clearing. That can be anything from taking a walk in nature, meditating, having a relaxing bath, nourishing your body in whatever way it may be, music, so many different ways, whatever works for you. It's a very powerful tool and a great way to help others, especially when you can't be there for them physically. So it's something that is just really, I think, is very important, because there's much power in sending healing energy. The quality of your energy begins with you. You want to avoid sending if you're not feeling well or you're emotionally drained yourself. It's not always necessary to send, to, tell the person you're sending them energy. A lot of times it's good to ask and for them to be open to it. But in some cases, you might not be able to, or they might not be well enough to, or in a position to that, and as long as they're open to receiving the energy, or that it is wanted, it's good to do. It's always sent with love. If you find yourself feeling negative emotions, or then you want to just wait, stop, try to do it later, when you're feeling well yourself. What you send out comes back, to you and to others. It's a great way of helping, and something I believe that we can all do, and we all have the energy, and what you send out is extremely powerful and very helpful. It's a valuable and special tool that we can all learn to do, and then do it our way. We all have our certain ways that we're comfortable with, or ways, there's so many different ways of doing it. And, I just feel it's great to, send that healing energy out, and we should all give it a try. I know many of us, especially around here, do all the time. It's something we do often and we do know about, but it's good to kind of just let others that don't, or are just kind of interested, and there's so much you can look up and learn, and I know you are very good.
People make such a big, complex thing out of it, and to me, so many of these things are sheer and pure intent, and
yes.
You don't have to spin around on your head 3 times with a certain color candle or anything else like that, And
no.
Now, only thing I tell people is just you're not really sending your energy, you're sending universal energy, and so and to me, this is how, by sending Reiki, we are healing ourselves, sending healing to ourselves as well. It's simple to me that the energy is coming in and out, in through us. You know what I mean? It's coming through us and being steered into the direction where it's intended. And I suppose that as it's passing through us, then we're receiving the benefit of that. And so whenever I hear of people who say, I'm so drained now, I'm all like, well, you're sending your energy then. You certainly shouldn't be feeling drained after you send Reiki. And, that kind of thing. And also the other important thing to me is that, because some people get all full of their ego and everything then with it, and they're all, I healed such and such a person, and, and all this. But so again, my line is, no credit, no blame. So that, and I really don't even try to follow up with people to see if they noticed or did, like I see people and they're, did you feel that? Did you feel it? Did you feel, well, like I cannot play that game with it. And I just like, I've said it before, it's like a Ronco, chicken cooker or something. Set it and forget it. You know what I mean? And,
Yes.
and so Perfect. I just, it's in a way, it's like a reader, and you hear us talk about how readers and mediums and whatnot should release everything, get rid of the energy of the person they just, or the person they just read, or the energy that they brought on board while doing that reading, and clear that all out, and not hold on to any of it, and it's just like, be a straw, a hollow bone, let it pass through you, and rid of it. Do not hold on to it. And again, like, I think it's Yvette who talks about, Howell, who talks about, not investing in the outcome. Don't get all invested in the outcome, whatever it is. And so all you can do is do your thing. We have to remember that, neither is Reiki more powerful than somebody's own life path or blueprint, or if you want to say God's will, or whatever it is you want to call it. You know what I mean? If there's there's a bigger plan, like if I I'm supposed to die next year in May, then it's my time, and it doesn't mean that you're a failure at sending Reiki if you send me healing and I die anyway. We're not here to interfere. It's not the intent of Reiki to interfere with somebody's higher self, and whatever lessons they're bringing on board or experiences that they were here to have, and so we're not here to interfere at all. But if so. It's, for the high, you would hear some people, whatever's for their highest good, and if it's for their highest good and all that. And I think that the Reiki energy is smart enough to figure itself out. All I have to do is tell it what address to go to, And,
yes. Exactly. I totally agree with that. And like you said, just send it out. And then don't take it personal. And, do what you can, and know that there's limits, and understand that, that's what we're here to do, is to do what we can and then let it go. Because if you don't let it go and you do hold it all in, especially if you are a reader and you do it often, and, it'll kill you. It'll eat away at you. You will hold on to way too much. You will think and overthink, and it's something that you learn, and you learn the hard way. And still at times it's difficult to not do that at certain things, and to not, but you have to understand that you have to, so that you can. As you said, that's the perfect description as hollow bone, and to just do what you can, give the message, do your part, and then from there, it's their free will, it's their path, it's, their choice, it's, you do what you can to help and give the messages that you feel are needed or what is meant, but it also is, as you said, their path, and for everyone to make their choices, and things can change too, with what they do. And so it, like you said, it's very important to clear, and to let things go, and to not hold on to stuff, and to understand that we can try to help, but there are some that don't want help, or don't want to make the changes, or don't want to do the work, because a lot of times there can be work involved,
Well, sometimes it's not. It's even bigger than that in my mind. And you guys have heard me talk about that with respect to like law of attraction stuff and all that. Like, if it's not my life path plan to have a Mercedes-Benz, guess what? I can do my thing to attract it to me all day and all night long for 99 years of my life. And if I'm not meant to have it, I'm not going to get it. And so, it's, there's we can't discount, what the bigger plan could be. If there's a bigger plan, you can't discount that there's a bigger plan and that, it might not be in sync with whatever wants we have, whatever wants we have. We have to remember that it's our higher self is much more responsible than our lower self. And so if it was lower self right now making decisions about what this life would be, then things would be different. And, some people argue that you can go and change soul contracts or this or that, or change your life path, and that's fine. But to me, that would be like going out for a shopping list and intentionally leaving milk off, knowing full well that you're just going to have to turn around and go back and go get milk anyway because you got to have milk. And so, I am on a trust. I'm on a trust with my higher self that there's a reason for everything, and I'm staying on course. You know what I mean? I'm staying on course. You ever have that where you, let's say you're in traffic. Have you ever had it happen where, well, sometimes it happens where you get the idea, oh, I should maybe take a different route, or oh, I should. But have you ever had it happen where you're like really being a little aggressive, or you're being whatever, and you're all, I'm going to get into this lane because this lane is being too slow, and then you get into that lane and it dies, and all the cars that you were ahead of in this lane go, and they're all like, bye, and you're like stuck over here now for 10 minutes because you can't get edged in on that lane. And so it's like, so in a way, I'm trying to not second guess my higher self and change lanes, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, and usually if you're feeling something, or you get that message, or that, gut feeling, or that something keeps either telling you or you keep hearing it, then there's a reason. So, I've learned pretty much to listen to it because I've also learned the hard way when I haven't too, and so a lot of times it's, what you first feel too, because as so much, and, throughout time and, wisdom and learning and experience, you learn to listen to, because there's a reason you're hearing it and feeling it, and, so you kind of follow that, and instead of second guessing it, because a lot of times, we tend to second guess it or start over analyzing.
That's your higher self, though. So I says, aside from those times where you're getting an inkling to go, to get out of that lane, or to go a different way that day or something like this. I'm talking about intentional, thinking that, because I'm not too happy with, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to have to. I want to dump as much that's on this life's list of shit to get through as possible, and carry over to next life's list. Why ruin two lives? You know what I mean? I'm like,
totally.
All the shitty stuff happen, now, and we won't ruin next time's life. You know what I mean? And so, and
totally agree.
About the higher self versus of course, go with your higher. And I think that when you're getting, from time to time, when you're getting those nudges from the universe or your higher self, absolutely go with that. If you're getting your intuition, go with that, But if you're just being, like that bully in traffic, I always laugh at those guys when they wind up getting stuck over there. Because they did all this and off a whole bunch of people to get one car ahead, right? And then they make one last move and then they go boom, and all the cars that they just finished passing and pissing off go by. You know what I mean? And I laugh. I'm like, how does that work out for you, buddy? You know what I mean? And so, that's kind of what I mean by, I'm not encouraged to ignore their, intuition at all, but, I always say, I think that we're in the right place at the right, we're where we're supposed to be.
Yeah.
No,
Oh, yeah.
for whatever reason it is, and I can't keep
Yep.
second guessing my higher, because again, I think the higher self is much more. If it was me that was standing in line to come back into life, I would have been picking millionaire, no, I would scribble out multi-millionaire, yep, no, never mind, billionaire, yep, and all the other beauty and brains and blah, 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 you know what I mean? But this is, there was a greater reason for me to be here, and we don't always know that. We've talked before about, like, how many people's lives do we affect in some meaningful way without us even knowing?
Exactly. Yeah. And, I think we sign up a lot of times for the really just bad stuff and the hard stuff and, but the stuff that makes us who we are and makes us the strong people and gives us that experience and, learning those lessons. And I think some of the hardest lessons are what teaches us the most. And it all is what makes us us. And it's not always easy, but I think it helps us to become what we need to be and who we need to be. And I totally agree with all of what you had said, and also with the part that I want to as well get it over with this time too. I keep signing up for so much shit every time.
I'm at least halfway through this miserable thing, and so let's keep on going forward. Don't turn back now. You know what I mean? And, I've come too far, and that's kind of my way of thinking about it. And death and taxes, people. Death and taxes. This too shall pass. And, and so.
And that you're going to learn it this time is what I keep doing. I'm learning that one this time. I'm not going back for more.
Oh, by the way, I did want to mention the other day I had mentioned about Trudy, and the lady, Trudy Thomas, the lady that I met at, she had her own show at Blog Talk Radio, and it was about her husband, and so she wrote to me early this morning and said that her husband crossed over at 5 a.m. And so sadly he didn't get. So we were trying to pray that he could hang on long enough because on the 9th or so their first grandchild is expected to be born, and they kind of wanted him to hang in long enough to meet the baby. And I wrote back to her and I said, really sorry, of course. And if you don't have anybody to talk to, you got me on Skype. You know where I'm at, available for you. And I said, it might just well be that he wanted to, maybe he's going to be the new baby's guardian angel or spirit guide or whatever interaction he needed to have with that baby, he needed to have from the other side. And I said, I know that doesn't make you feel any better or fix anything, but maybe that's the purpose for it. I didn't want to go that one step further and maybe he's coming back as the baby. I still wanted to leave it at that, but you can't rule anything out. So sad. It's sad for Trudy. I feel bad for her. She was looking forward to, they were going to renew their vows at their 50th wedding anniversary next year. And,
wanted sad.
I'm really sad for her, but,
me too. I'm so sorry. But you know what? He's met the baby. He's with the baby. And I feel it's a little girl. But yeah, he's already with the baby. And as you said, gonna watch over and be there with, through the birth and everything. But no, definitely it's, it is good to know. And he, I think, wanted to hold on but couldn't. And, we all have our time where it is just time to go. But I also feel that he wanted to be with this baby and, meet. I keep feeling that the female, it's a girl. But yeah, definitely around and will be, and will
Probably
be, like,
wanted to
as you
hook
said,
up
a guardian.
Baby before the baby got here to say, hey, listen, kid. Hey, this is the way that's going to watch out for that. Let's, and pass on some sage advice to the baby before the baby came. And so that is what it is. And so
yes.
listen, let's do the song. We'll do a song break. You got like at least 2 callers there. So
Sure. Yay.
we'll take a song break, and then we'll take those calls, and then we'll go from there. Let's see. I never know what to play. Okay, let's go here.
Girl,
I'm messing everything up. Okay, I like that song too. We are back, and I'm going to do a quick shout out, and then we can get to the phone lines, and get some readings done. And so thank you guys for being here. Amy's here, Dan, Deb in Calgary, Kimber, and Lorraine made it into the chat room. Woohoo! And Marie, hi Marie, how are you? Mary Margaret is there, Popeye the Sailor Man, and Jackie's standing by on the phone, Annette is standing by on the phone. Look at that! Texas Pearl found her way to Curious Times, and Yvette is there. And so let me go get Kimber. There she is. Hey, Kimber.
Hey,
so
hi.
Unless a bunch more people pile onto the queue, I'm not going to probably have to use the crickets tonight.
Sure.
I'll keep an eye on it, and we'll sort of see how it goes. So if you're ready.
Yep. I'm ready.
We got Jackie's been in waiting since the very beginning. Hi, Jackie.
Hi, how are you guys?
Good. How are you doing?
Hi, Kimber. Oh my gosh, I so wanted to join in your conversation about sending love ahead and stuff. Every night, me and my kitty cat, like I always make us do, I call it kitty cat and puppy dog prayers for all the animals and all the people all over the world that need a prayer. Like, and I know it's not like rubbing your hands together and you know what I mean, like all that, but like I always ask Mr. Bojangles, did you say your kitty cat prayers and puppy dog prayers tonight?
Perfect. And yay, that is so awesome. And I love that. And how you do it is wonderful. We all have our different ways. And, that's just one example. And what you do is so great. And by the way, when you said Mr. Bojangles, that is so sweet. My brother, who is in spirit now, he has been for years, but that was his cat's name for many, many years. And that is so cute. That's such a beautiful name and a beautiful cat. And yeah, you have so much love for your animals and for all.
And the other thing was that when you guys were like, well, I hope that this is like, I picked a hard lifetime this time, but one time Oprah was having her like Facebook thing and she was doing one of those, I don't know, live classes, and I typed in on Facebook, never thinking she would read it out loud. And she did, and I was like so embarrassed because she said my name after, I said it. But what I said was, I'm tired of being strong. I want to be weak. Because, like you guys were saying, like, I hope next lifetime's a lot easier than this lifetime. But anyway, so I wanted to say that.
Well, I always say, like, when we pray for strength, then what makes something stronger? Okay, so if you think about your muscles or something, working them very hard makes them stronger. What makes a tree's roots stronger? Very high winds and lots of challenges. That's what makes a tree's root. So I always say, don't pray for strength because you're just going to get more shit thrown at you. Pray for weakness.
And I've had people say, like my twin sister, for example, she was like, I'm not like you. I'm not like you. I'm not strong. And I'm like, well, I'm tired of being strong sometimes, But anyway.
Exactly. Well, no, and, that is a very important thing to bring out, and I'm glad that you did, because that is so important, because a lot of times people put too much emphasis and too much pressure on themselves and even others as well, as to always, being so strong and being so, caught up in all that and what we feel is what we're supposed to do or how we're supposed to be. And no, we're human, and we have moments, and we all are tired at times, and we are weak, and we do need to express that, and we do want to be that, and to let that out, and to feel that, and to feel our emotions, and to, it's okay to not be okay, and to just be okay at times. You know, we don't always have to be fine or good or yay. You know, I mean, we are, but also there's times where we hurt, where we cry, where we have to feel bad, and a lot of times it might be we keep it to ourselves, and we do it at certain times, but you have to let that go, and that's so great that you brought that up, because we can't be, you know, we can't be holding that in, because that can really hurt us, you know, it can, and we do have to release that, and so it's okay to feel that way, and that's good that you do, you know, say that and bring that up, because also when you do that, I think you kind of express that and kind of wake up others and make them think that, oh, wait a minute, yeah, you're right, and that, yeah, I guess I really don't have to always feel that way or be so hard on myself, because a lot of times we don't have to have others be hard on us because we're so hard on ourselves.
Right.
You know, and so it's something that is very important, and that's great that you do that, and I think you help others, you know, even not intentionally, but by doing that and saying, wait a minute, no, I don't want to be. But you are very strong. You know, you just are willing to feel your emotions, but you're very, very strong. And in fact, you're strong enough to do that and to feel what you need to feel, and to help others to do that as well. But you're a very, very strong woman. You've been through so much. You've took all them lessons. You also have had a lot of hard things, a lot of good things, a lot of wonderful things as well. And you took the good and the bad and the ugly. You've took it all, and you've learned, and you've got a lot of experience and knowledge, and you know, just so much inner wisdom from it. And so, and with that, you do help others. And I so love the puppy dog prayers and the kitty prayers. That is just so sweet, and that keeps going through my head. And you cannot believe how many you help with that. And
well, and all the people too, like all the people, all ages of people, and all kinds of animals, not just. But I just call them, you know, kitty, cat, and puppy dog prayers, because
and that just. That's so sweet, and that just keeps going through my head. I love that. And yeah, you spread so much joy, so much love, so much happiness, peace. You are very healing. You are a healer. You have a lot of qualities. It's something that you've done. Even you've had a very strong, not only people connection, but animal connection, even since you were young. And I think you've done a lot of hands-on healing through animals without even realizing, even when you were quite young. You almost look like about 7, 8, somewhere in there. I just see you petting animals and healing them and helping them and wanting and knowing that they need your help. Very deep connection with them. You not only in the ones in spirit, but the ones here. It's something that I do feel that you should work with. I think you do somewhat already, but I think you should even more, not only with yourself, but with others. Open it up a little more, grow a little more, start getting into it more, because it's something that you're meant to do, something that you're here for. And no matter how much you do, and just like how you said, you know, oh, you're not sure how much it helps immensely. It helps so much. Everyone does. And each and every prayer and each and every intention you said and each and every thing you put out there, and all the ones that you've helped and healed and continue to do and will do. And it does make a difference. You make a difference. You know, and you have and will continue to do that.
I feel a lot of education coming out. I'm being shown paperwork, classwork, studying, learning. You kind of seem, it feels like you're going to dabble in a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and with a lot of the healing, spiritual, holistic, you're going to check out several different things. Crystals keep coming up, crystals, stones, Reiki, the energy healing. I keep hearing energy healing is going to be very strong for you. Animal communication seems like something that you're going to learn and get into a little bit, to open up what you already do and what you already have, because you already do communicate, especially with the ones that you have. I see a lot of cuddling, a lot of love. They love you dearly, so very much. You have so many around you, even in spirit. You have your spirit guide. I get strongly cat. Cat is one that you have had since you were born. It's one that has always been around you, because some come and go, and some come when we need them, and throughout certain times in our life, and they'll be around, and some are around us all the time. Cat is one that's around you and always has been, and is one that's very strong. You have a very deep connection. It feels almost like you can't live without at least one cat. You have to have them in your life. You have they're a very strong spiritual connection with you. You communicate with them. I keep getting familiar, like I know, I don't know if you get into or have looked into getting witchcraft. I don't know, good witchcraft, good white witch, and cats can be familiars. Now that doesn't necessarily mean witch. It can mean that. Witches, are very healing, very much, could also be something that I'm picking up from even a past knowledge, past things that have been passed down to you. I get ancestry. So maybe you have some even in your ancestry, ancestors. It'd be something interesting to look up, because that's coming in kind of strong for you. Yeah, so there's a lot of passed down ancient knowledge and wisdom from, I keep getting white witch energy. And cats can be very spiritual, and be a familiar, get part of your magic, because I get magic. Magic
wow.
is magic is being shown, and to work with it, to trust in it. Crystal magic, crystals, stones, start collecting some of them. What you're drawn to, there's so many different things as to books, to even audio books. If you're not a big reader, I'm not a big reader. I love books, but I'd rather listen to them than read them.
Me too, actually.
Okay, yeah. Then that's why I'm getting that. Then that's an option for you, because a lot of times otherwise we just don't, or we'll put it off, or just go, ooh, I really love to read that, but no.
I just fall asleep, and I'm in school. You're right about that, because I am in school, and right. I'm towards the end, but I was wondering how I'm still looking for a part-time job, and nothing's really come up yet, and I'm not worried about it, but I mean, it'd be nice to have some funds coming in.
Yeah, what I get right away is holiday help is coming through. There's going to be a lot of holiday jobs as a temporary thing. Mm-hmm. And I know you're probably going, oh, but, I need something more. And there will be something more, but that's going to be something that's going to just give you some some temporary funds, and there's going to be a lot of that stuff opening. It's I picture you in like a retail Christmas. There's so it's going to be holiday help, part-time. But I do see that. But then from there, and also while you're doing that, I see you exploring some kind of self-employment, a way of offering your services. It seems almost like holistic health services is what I'm hearing. Holistic health.
So yeah, I definitely I think I am going to start on this holiday retail position, and then I did apply at school to help in the academic success program. So I don't know if that's going to happen or not, but it just seems like it's been like even hard to find like a little part-time job.
Yeah, and it is, especially right now in this economy, and it is for everyone. So, I know that you've been trying so hard and you've been getting yourself out there, and connections, networking, the right people. Through the holiday job, I feel that you're going to meet someone that's going to help you to get further into some other type of job. The holiday will be a temporary thing, but it's going to be a good thing. I know you're almost kind of apprehensive and feel like, I don't know if I really want to do this, but
exactly.
I'm feeling that. I'm getting your energy, and I feel you, and I completely understand. But I think that actually what I also feel is that once you get in there and you start doing it, you're going to kind of enjoy it, especially because the holiday theme and the holiday spirit. You are also an empath, and so you pick up a lot of others' energy.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's gonna be actually a lot of a good, keep focusing on the good and picking up as much of that as you can, because I think that you enjoy working with the public, and the public, loves you and your energy and just the way about you, and I think that you radiate that, you give that off, and so people are drawn to you. And so I think that the holiday experience, I feel what you're feeling now, and it's almost like, but I need the money, and I'm going to do it for the money, and I'm going to do it. I'm just going to either learn to like it, or I'm just going to get by. But I think you actually are going to learn to like it. Yeah, I keep getting it's not going to be as bad as it seems, and that the money is going to help a lot. That even though it is part-time, it is going to help. But you're fine. I feel that you don't have like major issues or any financial, but it's going to be extra to help you and kind of to give you, that, especially with education and all the learning, and, you just need some extra funds, and even some fun funds. I keep getting fun
exactly.
funds.
Yeah.
Yeah,
some wine money.
Yes, perfect. Because I kept getting wine with you, but I didn't want to say it. So see, because I do that too, and I feel get some good bottles of wine and sit back and enjoy and be proud of yourself. Give yourself a pat on the back and say, hey, I deserve this, and maybe some chocolates or some cheeses or something, and just really reward yourself and say, wow, I've really worked hard to get here, because you have. And that, you have, I see doors, and there's like several different doors and opening for you, and so much ahead. And I just see a fun holiday and fun funds. So take some of them fun funds and go buy them special panties and that special dress and those special things that you need and want, and that are going to make you feel good. And by the way, red is a great color. It's very energizing, and and I feel that's a good color for you too. I feel very bright, and just
it's my favorite color.
Is it perfect? That's why I keep
because I keep seeing red, and so get some and wear some, and and you're gonna just feel the amazing energy because it does truly make a difference. And so, and feel good about yourself and reward yourself and get those special lines and go in and get like at least 3 bottles and kind of just what you're drawn to and feel and make a little basket. Hey, I'm going to spoil me basket.
Oh, that's a good idea. I like that.
Do it. Yes, and take that basket and fill it with wine and some chocolates and some either bubble bath or oils or, some roses, some rose petals, just some really special things, some things that you really, really like. Now, I won't shock Chris, but hey, some toys. I mean, anything that's going to make you happy. But, fill that basket with some goodies, some things that are, good for you. And I had to see if Chris was paying attention, and I so wish I was in chat so I could have seen her face, but... But yeah, no, I'm serious though. Get whatever, put in that basket, a happy me basket, and do that and get some flowers, because you deserve to be rewarded. You deserve some special, fun time. And then with that fun money, actually do some things that you really like. I know there's at least 3, but I get like 1 to 2 things that have been on your I don't want to say like bucket list, but kind of like a bucket list. It's a list that you've made, I don't know so much on paper, but mentally in your head of some things that you need and want to do. But you keep putting them off, The trouble is we think we have time and we keep going, well, I'm going to wait. But you need some fun time, and we do have time. But you also got to say, hey, I'm going to take at least this one. And so it would be good to write them down and then put them on your desk wall or your office or your bedroom or, somewhere where you're going to see it to remind yourself, these are some fun things I need to do and I'm going to do for me, but definitely do the basket, do those fun things, start, collecting that fun money. I see the self-employment now that the holistic, it's going to be health, helping others. It's something I feel that you're going to network your way into. You're going to find others that are going to help lead you to that door. But it's going to be a very good one. You've worked really hard, both educationally and just, so many ways, and getting ready for it to pay off and for this. And I think throughout the holidays, do the fun parties. You're going to be asked to a lot of them. And I feel you going, I don't know, I feel I almost rather be in my pajamas at home in bed. But no, pick some, at least some, and go to them because you're going to, and get that red dress and some red heels and, a red leather purse and just get out there and feel, I almost feel a romance. Are you looking for romance?
I am.
Okay, because
nothing's come up.
Like it's gonna, because I keep getting the L word with you coming up. And
like before I'm 85?
Yes, I keep getting by Valentine's Day that you're going to have someone fun to spend Valentine's.
2035.
Someone's going to give you some candy.
Is it somebody? Do you think it's somebody I'm interning right now, and I'm kind of getting a vibe from a guy that works there, but I think he's a lot younger than me.
That does not matter. Age does not matter. And yeah, I do feel kind of a work connection. So I'm glad you brought that up. And if you feel that vibe with them, don't let the age thing matter, because it does not. I know so many mixed ages couples.
I don't, but like I do notice myself like getting nervous around him, like, and I'm like, why am I acting like a 12-year-old? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I get it like a little like, you know, like I'm gonna trip or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's that excitement of like, you know, remember back in junior high and high school, and you'd get that, you know, just such excited about someone, or, you know, and still at this age, but I mean that super, but yet you feel flustered and you don't know what to say and stuff, you know, so a lot of times I'll kind of bring people back to back then, because then they can relate to it a little more. And I feel you almost nervous like that back then, but understand that, no, be confident, woman. You know, you have so much to offer, and you know, you're a prize, and you are very beautiful inside and out, and age does not matter. And I do feel that it's mutual. I feel that he has kind of noticed you and has that little spark too as well. And if you're getting that vibe and you're feeling that excitement and you feel that just, you know, that nervousness, that's good. You know,
I don't know what his situation is exactly, but you know, I do feel like, you know.
Well, I get almost like you can ask him for either after dinner coffee or an after dinner, or I mean after work, a dinner, coffee, a drink, something like that, you know, and just see. Well, first, one thing to do is to look at his hands. Do you notice the ring? You know?
Yeah, I did. I didn't notice one, but it might not be him. I mean, who knows? But
no, and it could be someone else. So, but if you start to feel that with him or with anyone, may it be even you go to a Christmas party come the holidays, and you start to feel something even outside before you even get in, and then you get in, and all of a sudden your heart goes, and, you know, and you get centered off, and you look at someone. You know, a lot of times we can feel that someone's special energy before we even see them.
Right.
And
I knew I could do that when I was younger, for sure.
You still can. You still can. And you'll also be able to read them, and you'll also be able to feel them and feel their energy, and you'll know when it's the right one, because I also feel that you question that too, and kind of like, well, I'm just not sure, and you know, and I do feel that there's going to be a few different options, and so get yourself out there, you know, and go to these holiday parties, and I do feel that these next few months are going to be busy, fun, exciting, just so much, you know, so much ahead for you, a lot of wonderful, good things, you know, and so just prepare yourself and enjoy, you know, it's going to be a ride, but a good one.
Cool.
You know, yeah, and just be open to it. Be open to anything and everything, and, you know, trust in your heart, trust in your gut, trust in your feeling, and your heart's going to lead the way. I just keep feeling that, you know, you're just a little bit unsure and not quite sure which path to go, but you'll know, because you have several options, several different choices, but you're going to know what's going to be where you're strongest drawn to. So trust that, have confidence, because you're a very confident woman, a very strong woman, very loving, and you know, you give so much out there. So, and the right one's going to see it, and I do see it coming. I see a special romance around Valentine's Day and throughout next year. So just, you know, trust in yourself. You know, keep following that, because I feel you a lot of times you question, and, you know, we all can do that. We all can,
kind of question things and overthink things and keep thinking, well, I'm not sure, or I'm, I don't really want to get out there and put myself out there because I'm just not sure what's going to happen. No, do it and see what's going to happen. That's how you'll know, know. And I keep just being shown, get out there, throw yourself out there. It's time. You're ready. You are ready.
Yeah.
It's going to be very, very good.
For a couple more minutes, and then we've got 2 more calls for you.
Okay, great.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Yes, you're welcome. I'm sorry. Yeah. Any questions?
I don't think so. I think you answered everything, but thank you so much.
Yes, you're welcome. And thank you for calling.
Oh,
You're amazing. And call again, please. Enjoy talking to you. Love your energy.
I do too. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
And, okay, we're going to go and get Annette. Hi, Annette. Hi, Annette.
Hey. Annette, hi. Hey, sweetie.
Are you there, Annette? Oh, maybe you only have one more. Unmute your phone, Annette, if you're there. Talking, we can't hear. Okay, we're going to...
Oh, she's so sweet, too. Hopefully we didn't lose her. I probably talked too much. I'm sorry. See, no crickets. I kept going.
Is that Lorraine? Who's new? North Carolina.
Hey, Chris.
Hey, who's that?
Hey, Chris. It's Robert.
Robert, how the heck are you? You're just listening, or you want to get Kimber to talk to you?
Well, I was listening, but I've never had Kimber.
Perfect.
So,
hey.
Hey, Kimber.
Hi, Robert. Oh, so good to talk to you. I'm so honored. Love to hear you. Hey.
Great.
Yes, you are amazing. So much beautiful, wonderful energy. I just get such a sweetheart with you. So knowledgeable. You are just extremely, extremely smart. I just see so many thoughts going through your head all the time. You're always thinking, always coming up with wonderful, amazing, bright ideas.
Well, why did it take me so long to call in?
I know.
Well, there you go. Your bright idea came, and you're perfect. Perfect timing. I'm so honored that you called, because you just are such a great package here. I get just an amazing amount of knowledge. You are so very, very smart. One of them that are so smart that it's almost hard to comprehend or understand, but yet you have this talent and this amazing way of putting super, super smart things into people like me and other people's able to understand them and to learn from you. I get just an amazing teacher. And you share your knowledge, but you have this way of putting it into easy to understand and very interesting, because a lot of what you know is like above most people's heads, and understanding, kind of like astrology and a lot of that really smart stuff. But you have a way of sharing it with people where they can understand it, and they just have this, are drawn to you to learn. And you have this way of doing that. So much creativeness. I just see a lot of writing. I just see like a pen in your hand, and that you're always jotting down ideas. I see like a notebook in your pocket, like a little pocket notebook, or some kind of
notebook that you either carry around or that you have next to your bed all the time. You're always taking notes, not only physically but mental notes. So your head's full. You have so many thoughts, but your head is just so full. Like I've read a numerologist where I see numbers everywhere.
Oh.
But with you, I see thoughts. I see words and thoughts and books and knowledge, just all over around you. As I did with her, I see numbers everywhere. It was very amazing. But I see so much around you. I feel that you spent a lot of your life, this, but even other past lives, teaching people. I feel that you've had a lot of apprentices, people that you've made a huge difference in their life. You've taught them. You've shown them their way. You shared your knowledge, and you're very good at that. You help others to start, because a lot of people are afraid to make starts, or they're just not sure. And I feel that they're drawn to you. You get many just drawn to you for that, and that you help, and that you're here for that. A healer as well, but just a teacher. I just get sharing knowledge and your experience. You've lived a very full life already. Amazing. You have so much still ahead of you, and so much to, just another bunch more full life. But I just feel like you've lived so much already in the years that you have. Just a very full life. You've accomplished already enough for 3 people. You're a very hard worker, very studious, very you set your intentions, you set your mind on something, and very strong-willed. And you don't set limits on yourself. You hold a very high bar as to what you do it too. You almost challenge yourself. I get challenged. I keep hearing challenge, and you're like, hey, and I'm going to show everyone I can do this, and you do. Mm-hmm. And so you're also a very inspirational person. You inspire many. So that is something very, very important. I feel it's very good to acknowledge your worth. You're just acknowledge what a difference you've made already to so many, and how much you still will. You are a man of many, many talents. I just see so much creativeness, and I feel that you've done so many jobs throughout your life, from one extreme to another, and that you're one who, like a jack of all trades. You could do so many different things, but I feel that you enjoy and most are drawn to the creative, and the knowledge and the teaching aspect, and the spiritual, very, very spiritual, very wide variety, and I just see very wide variety of all the things, and you're very accepting and loving and caring to all different people's views. You're very open about that. You respect everyone. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep. I get that just very, very amazing, And I get a platform. You just, you're there to help everyone and to, let everyone share their views and to, just kind of share their life and you share yours with everyone and just to, I get you're very not only helpful, but
you also want everyone to grow and to move forward. So you want to inspire and teach and just almost push people, give them that little nudge that, hey, you spread your wings, get out there.
Mm-hmm.
So I get that very strong, just that you do that. You kind of give people that extra, push, that big hug, that, hey, you can do it, that nudge, sometimes even actually the push out of the nest if it needs be, because you know that some people need that, and you're ready to do that. And they come back and they go, wow, thank you so much. I so needed that, And I just see that so many times over and over that, and you're one who will do whatever it takes and to help others. I see you give so much of yourself, at times almost, I don't want to say too much, but you know what I mean when I say that,
yes,
too much.
Yeah.
Yes, and where it can be hard on you and affect you and hurt your heart. I feel that. I feel you, and I feel that because you have a very strong heart and a loving heart, and you get as I do, where your heart just hurts at times because you can hold so much in. But I feel you've learned throughout the years as what things work for you as to how to release that and how to let that go. And you've learned how important that is, and that you try to show others and teach others that. I do that as well. I so stress that, and I tell people that all the time, let it go, let something go every day, and that you can't hold things in because it'll kill you and it'll hurt your heart. And I feel very strong you get things in your heart, your gut as well, your head very much so, but you also have so much in your head. You're so smart. I just see it so much. So you tend to go with your heart more. You trust, which is good, and that's what I do too. I trust my heart because my head can just be spinning at times, and too many thoughts. And so, but trust that heart, and you have a very good, loving heart, and you've always done that, and it leads you in the right way and down the right path, always, never fails. And you so share your heart with others. I see you almost painting, creative.
That's very
do you
interesting.
paint?
Well, I don't, but it was interesting. A friend of mine over the last 18 months or so has kind of exploded with painting. She's kind of really come out of the closet, so to speak, and it's just a wonderful thing. And just today on Facebook, I noticed her teacher, what a person who she takes classes from, was offering like a free entry to her class. She's going to have a selection. And I thought, maybe I should just go ahead and just throw my name in and see what happens. But I hadn't done that, but I'm going to. I will do that. Because, truly, that just came up truly probably about 5 hours ago or something like that I thought.
Wow.
Perfect. You got to do it. You're going to love it. And you're going to be so good. And you're going to get a creative, spiritual side of it as well. Not just the painting part, but you're going to get channeled stuff through you. Yeah. And so what you do is going to be amazing. You're going to love it. It's going to be such great energy for you. It's going to be almost like a meditative thing as well. You're going to just enjoy it. I see you outside nature painting too. I know winter's coming up, but I see you doing it all year round, catching just beautiful, beautiful nature, everything from the sun to the moon to the birds to the animals to snowman to snowdrift, just what you see, because when you look at things, you have just an amazing, not only just a regular eyesight, but you see with a spiritual mind. You see with your heart. You have a special vision.
And it's going to come through in your painting and your creative side. It already does in other things that you do, but you're going to be very expressive in this painting. I get like a spiritual painting. You've got to do these classes because you do this class. I see you even doing some others. I see you getting into it very, very well, doing and loving it, enjoying it, and eventually down the line, it almost feels like you're going to even be teaching others the spiritual aspect and the painting. So I think you're even going to get into teaching it as well. So you're going to not only learn and do it, and you're going to have your own way. I keep getting you have your own ways, your own creative things, and others are going to enjoy it and love it so much and how you express it that they're going to want to learn from you. So I see you eventually teaching it almost like, I don't know if it's community education or classes at like a college or something like that, but it might be a little down the line, but I do see you doing that eventually. Because you're just such a teacher and you love to share. And you love to share your knowledge. And because you're going to have such creative, different ways of expressing. Because I get you're so unique too. You know, it's going to be very creative, unique, spiritual, just something so different. And so, yeah, you're going to be very busy. I see you being very busy, but in a good, fun way, and doing a lot of things that you've wanted to do for quite some time.
Wow, that sounds really good.
It is. I see so much good coming for you, just so many happy things, and I keep seeing a cruise. I don't know, almost like a Norwegian cruise or a cruise coming up. You're going to be going on a cruise.
Okay, Kimber. This is the third time someone has said cruise to me within the last 24 hours.
Perfect, because you're going.
I mean, there was the friend with the art. She asked me the other day because I used to do the mystical cruises, with mystical people.
Yep.
And she asked me when was I doing another one. I thought, I hadn't really thought about it. And then this afternoon, I had a call from someone who I haven't talked to in several years, but wants me to help her self-publish her book. But anyway, she was fearful, so I kind of, you were talking about helping someone through, fear and da-da-da. I mean, that's exactly what I spent this afternoon doing. And then at the very end, she asked me when I was going to do another cruise, and that maybe I might want to do a writer's cruise, because she's, doing her book, and so anyway, it's like, so boom, this is the third one.
Perfect.
It's just funny. So you're just tuned in right there.
Great. That is wonderful and amazing, and you are going to just have a great time. And it's so meant to be, and that is why it keeps coming up, too, because you're meant to go. And for some reason, I don't know if you've ever been there, but I keep getting Norwegian cruise. I don't know. Yeah, and if not now, eventually you need to do one of those. But I do feel it is going to be not only a fun and a pleasure cruise, but it is going to be a teaching, because you just cannot get away from teaching. It's like wherever you go, but it is such an amazing quality, and that is such a wonderful thing that you do. And it's so loving, and you're just so great that you do that, because I just love teachers. I feel that it is so important, and we're always learning. And I just look up to and am amazed and in awe at people that do that and are here and that spread that knowledge and that experience and learn lessons and are just always so willing and ready to, teach as many as they can. And I feel that you've done that your whole life, and that you're going to continue to do that. And it's such a strong purpose that you have fulfilled and that you do, and what a difference you make in so many people's lives. I don't think that you really even realize, I don't know that you'll ever even really realize the difference into how many people and what a difference in their lives and even their families' lives. You've changed many. And you've opened up doors for them, and you've helped, and you continue to do that. I just feel in so many ways. You have such a very spiritual side. I see you just glowing, because I do see auras, and I just get beautiful, amazing, glowing gold and red and indigo and just beautiful, beautiful, bright colors, healing and very, teaching and spiritual. The indigo is something that it has magic. I see magic in spiritual journeys. Not only yours, but you've helped others with theirs. So much depth. You can submerge into, you walk with spirits, you and the spirit world, you communicate with them. I see mediumship with you very, very strong. That's something that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've thought, I was certainly open to that. I kind of gotten over the idea of, someone kind of materializing in front of me and me having a heart attack. So I've kind of gotten over that possibility. But no.
But you see in other ways.
Right. Yeah.
You're going to see what's right for you and what you're comfortable with, and things will change. I see flashes of light.
Mm-hmm.
You pick up the energy, you feel them, you hear as well. Sometimes you hear things. You get a lot of messages in your mind, and you have so many thoughts in your mind, but when you see, you'll picture almost words, and when some words are coming at you, or thoughts over and over again, or things out of the blue, or things that pertain to certain things, or things that really resonate with your heart, your mind, your soul, certain things that will come to you at sometimes, and I feel that you almost don't, I don't want to say not trust yourself, but you kind of just put it to the side.
Mm-hmm.
Feel confident, trust yourself.
Yeah, see, that was always the difficulty for me, was, the discernment between internal thoughts and, outside thoughts, and it's the out of the blue kinds of things, and the things that make my crown chakra tingle, when those kinds of things happen, those are my signs. Like, oh, okay, I get it, someone's trying to talk to me. I get it, I'll listen, So, but I mean, for a long time though, it was, it was just, and I think for probably a lot of people sometimes, the challenge is getting that discernment, trying to identify exactly what's internal, just your regular mental chatter, and what is guidance.
Yes, and it will become more and more clear, and be open to it and acknowledge it, and then you're going to start to trust it more, and when you trust it more and you say, hey, I'm open, I'm going to receive it, and even if I don't understand it, or it don't quite make sense, or at this time it doesn't, I'm going to acknowledge it, I'm going to take it, I'm going to, take what's being given to me, and I'll sort it out later, or I'll try not to, because a lot of times what we do is we overthink it, or we second guess it, or we start overanalyzing it, and that's all normal. So, but when you stop doing it as much and you start making it a pattern of listening to it, trusting it, judging, especially your first gut instinct, your first heart pull, that string, that feeling, that overwhelming emotion, because I feel that you can be like me where you get overwhelming emotions, and that's all part of we can be picking up others as well as ourselves, and there's a lot with that as well, and learning how to, kind of see what, as you said, what's mind chatter and what is a message, and it'll start becoming more and more clear as you acknowledge it, because you get so much messages, and when you also acknowledge it, and when you think you hear something, or because you do get messages from Spirit, and Spirit is around you, and it's not always, as you said, a big, oh wow, there you are, and you're right in front of me, and it can vary from others, and because at times that can, and it does, and it can for some, and not always, and not for everyone, and for others, it's flashes of light. It's hearing their voices. It's connecting, and then eventually they may work into seeing. A lot of times we're given what we're ready for, and it can change. And as we become more open or accepting, or they'll show us what they feel that we're ready for at the time, and that's something like that, especially if it's something that I do believe that you've had since childhood. And a lot of times it can be scary for children if they don't understand. And, and see, I did as well, and it was something that I learned and grew and understood, But see, and you're given and you're shown what is needed at the time, and it can vary. And I do feel that you are going to see more and more as your eyes open up to it and your mind opens up to it, and you feel your power because you have it, and feel your magic because you have that as well. And the gold just shines off you. The gold aura is just amazing, and that pertains to divine protection and enlightenment. Someone with this aura is under divine guidance and has wisdom and inner peace and intuition and spiritual thinking, and it's a color for a lot of times healers and teachers and much ancient wisdom and knowledge, and ones who share, and so it is just shining off you immensely. That is one of your very strongest ones, is gold, and you have so much ahead of you, and I see you writing more. I know that you have wrote books. I see more books in your future. So you're going to continue to do writing and do so well. And always remember that not only what you do now, you're also going to leave this knowledge and this information in these books. Books are amazing. You get for many generations, many. So you're leaving pieces of you, and so much knowledge. It's I think a lot of times people that make such a difference and teach so much don't realize, you're leaving part of yourself. You're spreading so much. You're making such a huge difference. So I so respect and love teachers and you.
Well, that's, to me, that's that's the reason to be here, to be able to just make a difference, and to me that's really, that's being immortal, in a way. I mean, that, the whatever it is that you do, that you have a positive effect, people obviously have negative effects too, but the idea of having a positive ripple effect, beyond life, to me that's like an honor. That's kind of like, to me, that's a successful mission, Earth mission, to be able to, to go back and say, okay, I did it. So.
Yes, that is. It's an amazing, wonderful thing, and it's leaving your message. You're leaving part of you. You're leaving your knowledge, and You know, it is just an amazing, wonderful thing. And I know writing is not an easy thing.
Yeah.
You know, it's a very amazing, special talent. And we all have certain things, and you are blessed with that. You know, like certain musicians are blessed with that amazing talent. Well, you have just this amazing talent at writing and sharing and putting into words. And like I said, I just see so much floating around in your head all the time. You know, so many thoughts, so much words, and so I get like racing mind, racing thoughts, and I totally relate to all that.
Yeah.
Yours are just so much more complicated than mine. Mine are more simple, but they're there.
More confusing. That's all right. So, I mean, this has really been wonderful, Kimber. This is really sweet.
Oh,
and again, you know, you touched on so many things, like you say, you know, that have, you know, within the last 24 hours that have been like on my mind, or different opportunities, or, you know, so, you know, to me, that's a sign that you're tuned in, you know, into that universal thought, you know, and it's a confirmation for me. It's like, okay, yeah, I better get my passport renewed. I got to get this, you know, kind of explore. Now, Norwegian was not one I had thought about. I had thought about Mediterranean, but then again, you know, Norwegian sounds kind of fun too. So, but something to explore. But anyway, I really appreciate everything you said.
Oh, yay. Thank you so much. And it's just been an amazing, wonderful honor, and so enjoyed everything. And you have so much. You're going to have to keep me informed. Let me know. And definitely I would love to come back and love to read you again and you know, see what all happens. I'm so excited.
Sure, absolutely.
So excited for you. Yes,
well,
yay.
Well, Chris, thank you, Chris. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Just think, because I know you were thinking Mediterranean, and which is a possibility too, but keep your mind open to Norwegian, because I keep getting that, and which I am Norwegian, so
okay.
yay,
okay.
all the more to go. But I keep seeing that. I keep seeing the words and the shift, and so eventually you're going to be going one way or another.
Well, I'll check out itineraries. You know, I mean, to me, that's the one thing. And I just thought the woman that I talked to this afternoon who had mentioned the writers, when I thought, wouldn't it be fun, you know, to have a whole bunch of writers, you know, on a cruise, and basically throughout the cruise have people do the many stories, you know, adventure stories, like a mystery cruise kind of, you know, thing where at the end of the cruise, everybody share their stories, you know, that kind of thing. That might be a real fun, you know, kind of theme to do. So anyway,
yeah, you know what just came to mind? The old game Clue.
Yes.
You know?
Oh, yeah.
And you could almost do like some kind of game, you know, make it just a really fun event, you know, and kind of have everyone figure something out throughout the whole thing. You're going to have an amazing time.
Yeah.
You're going to have so much fun.
Yeah, well, yeah, Mr. Sharp was the life preserver in the casino.
Yeah, I don't know why that popped up. I don't know if that's something you played when you were young or something.
Yeah, Mr. Club in the conservatory. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and plus that would be...
Come on, Robert.
Yes?
Yeah, it'd be fun to do. A fun cruise game.
It would be. Well, thank you again. I appreciate it. And thank you, Chris, for taking my call. I mean, you know, this is an unexpected treat.
Anybody hear me? Tell everybody where they can find you, Robert.
The website, biteradio.me, BITE radio.me. And and Blog Talk Radio. I have my show. I've had some pretty interesting folks lately, and you know, that's the one thing I really enjoy. You know, Kimber, you talked about, teaching. There's, that's the one thing I love is just and I've really kind of gone beyond my comfort level in some areas, and things I just don't know about, but, particularly some women's issues, and some, mental health issues, all those kinds of things. But it's each and every time that I have someone on, I just learn so much, and that's, to me, that's the beauty. If I'm learning something, then I know the people who are listening are learning something, and that's a good thing for me.
Yes, it is, and it's great and wonderful that you do that, because you do for everyone. You don't set no limits. You go ahead and you put out there whatever you feel is going to really help people, and it does. Mm-hmm. You'd be amazed at how many people each and everything that you do does help and will continue to help, because a lot of that people can go back and listen to down the line, and you're going to help other ones too as well that way through the archives. I get that. I really pick that up. And through your books, you're going to help people. Even I get saved lives. You're in ways you are going to help save lives and change lives. So you make a huge difference in what you do. Amazing, sweet soul.
All right. Well, thank you again. I really appreciate it. Yep. And I appreciate all that time that you spent talking to me. Very much.
Nothing but time, Robert.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you so much. An honor.
Thank you for your voice, Robert. It's always a nice surprise when I see you here. And so good. Thank you very much for that. And don't forget to set your clock back, eh?
I don't know. I'll be careful when I fall back tonight. Okay. Right.
Robert, thanks.
Thank you. Thank you again. And I'll keep in touch, Kimber, I promise.
Great. Thank you. Wonderful. Amazing. Thank you.
Okay. All right. So there goes Robert.
So great.
Now, Annette, if you're there, Annette, right now, press 1. Press 1. Annette.
Hey, Annette.
Might have fallen asleep. You know what I mean?
Oh, I'm so sorry, Annette. Annette's amazing, too. I just love her. She's so sweet.
Press 1 on your phone, Annette. Okay, it looks like Annette's not here. Right? So.
Oh. Well, I'm going to owe her because she is just an amazing sweetheart. And so I'm going to owe her a good reading. So when she comes back, otherwise I'll get her right away.
Got the Amy syndrome, you know what I mean? And so I'm going to play a song, and then we'll see if anybody's coming on for overtime, or we'll wrap up, okay? And so I'll just toss the song on and come back. Thanks, Kimber. Hello, Clay.
So far, I just can't see. So far.
All right. So I'm going to toss. Let one more play. Drop something up there. We'll play. We'll play. Okay. It's not playing. I don't know why. Maybe it's not meant. It's not meant. Okay. So you guys all know how to unmute yourselves. If we're coming on, then push one or unmute yourself. If not, another song or two, and we'll go. Hi, Mary Margaret.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I was sorting beads the whole time listening, and I just knocked it, and they all shifted. So I got to start all over.
Not a good.
Oh well. Yeah. Ooh.
So who else is coming on? Nobody?
I'm here.
Annette. All of a sudden, Annette is here?
Hello?
You got to be kidding me. Annette.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I've been trying to.
I don't know what's going on.
Now all of a sudden you unmute and you're here. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Kimber,
okay, honey.
hang on. Where's Kim? Kimber's there and she's unmuted. Like if you want, I'll give you 5 minutes, Kimber. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Sure. Hey, Annette.
Thank you.
How are you, sweetie?
Pretty good.
Were you sleeping, Annette, or were you taking a bath, or what? Did you go get your groceries?
No, I have new phones, and I don't know if I was hitting the speaker button instead of the mute button because I'm lying down in bed. I'm thinking, okay, I keep hitting a button, and you kept going, Annette, are you there? Are you there? And I'm like, yeah, I'm here. I'm awful sorry.
But I kept thinking just fun, you know what I mean? But that's
yes,
okay.
I know. Thank you, hon.
Oh,
go ahead.
Yeah, hey. It happens. I'm just glad you got through.
Thank you.
Definitely. Do you have a cat by you? Is there a cat laying with you or in your bedroom?
Nope,
because I'm picking up. Must be in spirit then, because I'm picking up a cat around you and cuddling on your bed with you. So yeah, you must have one in spirit. Beautiful, beautiful cat. Gray.
Yeah. One in spirit then. Yeah.
Okay, because is around you and just wants to be acknowledged and just to kind of let you know, laying on the bed with you while you were waiting, purring away. But yeah, so that's definitely one of your spirit cats there because it's around you. So, I see a lot of stuff coming up for you. I feel that you've been fairly busy, and with the next 3 months, you're going to be much more busy. Work-wise, it feels almost like you either are getting more hours or are you going to be starting a new job or getting more hours in the job that you have?
I'm hoping to move. That's what I'm hoping for.
Hoping to move, okay, because it feels almost with that there's a new job coming in your future, but it feels more like spring when it's gonna actually almost like a March, April type feel. I definitely do see a move coming up, and the move's going to be very much needed, a very good opportunity, a good move for you. I feel that it's something that you've wanted for a long time, for quite a while. It's very important. Health-wise and energy-wise, I just feel that where you're going to end up is going to be much better than where you've been. You're going to definitely feel better physically, mentally, emotionally once you get this move completed, and it's going to change a lot of things. open a lot of doors for you. A lot of good, positive things are going to happen along with this. I feel very stagnant where you've been for quite some time and where you need to leave. It just feels a lot of stuck energy, stuck emotionally, and just in the place. Excuse me, hard time breathing. It feels like a long issue, environmental issue.
Did you say a
you can
long
feel it
issue?
in the breathing. What was that?
Yeah, I have a cyst on my lung.
Okay, because I can feel that. I can feel the lung issue. It does feel it's going to be resolved, but I can feel more uncomfortableness, but some pain with it. I feel like an uncomfortableness and a hard to breathe. Clearing. I feel that it would help for you to do breathing exercises. Clearing lavender essential oils can help. There's some herbs and spices and certain things. Peppermint is another good essential oil, but also even help clear your throat. Eucalyptus, too, in the shower can help. Because I feel really heavy, hard to breathe. I think it almost feels like, are they going to do surgery to remove that?
Well, I hope not. Because my
okay,
dad has surgery, but
I don't think you're going to need it. I think they may bring it up, but I don't think that you're going to need surgery for it. So if they bring it up, there's other alternatives, and I don't think it'll come to that. I think the issue will clear up, and I do think that the move is going to help you a lot. I almost feel that the environment's making you sick. Where you're at is just kind of a toxic, but also negative, a lot of negative energy, and I feel that you do a lot of work to clear that. But it just seems like there's something so much better coming up for you, and once you make that move, it's going to change a lot of things in your health, a lot of things in your outlook, a lot of things you're going to feel so much better, so much more energy. You feel really drained right now, and I think a lot of it is because of what you're going through physically, but also mentally and emotionally. I feel that you're always worried. You just are having a lot of thoughts and a lot of lack of sleep. You need to get a little more sleep, which I think is just kind of too much worrying, and so it's hard to sleep. So I think you kind of need to either do some kind of meditation, some listening to music, find a ritual, going to sleep ritual, because it seems like then you lay down and you go to sleep, but yet you can't fall asleep. You tend to lay there and think a lot of thoughts and worry about things, and I think a more relaxing ritual and a more letting go of things and just, realizing I don't need to solve everything today and right now, and that I will later on down the line, and if anything, I'm going to pick this and this and deal with this tomorrow, but I'm not going to worry about a bunch of stuff that I either can't do right now, or I can't fix right now, or I can't fix at all. I'm going to make a list, because I just feel that you have so many things, and if you make a list and you go, okay, this and this and this I can do something about, this and this and this is things that are important, and this and this and this I don't even need to do or worry about, and then another list that can be dealt with later, because I just feel that you have so much that you're trying to tackle, And it gets to be too much that then at times it's like I just want to shut down and I don't want to do any of it because I don't know where to start. I don't know where to begin. And I'm not sure if what I do is going to be right. Well, it will be, and you'll know when to start and you'll know what to do. Have more faith in yourself and understand that you've been doing everything that you can. You've been working really hard. You've been doing very well to get to where you're at. This different place is a very issue that weighs very, very heavily on you. It seems like the most important issue to you in your life right now. It just seems like a very life-changing thing, and that's something that you've been working on for a very long time and that you need to get resolved and you want it to just be done. It is going to happen. There is going to be a much better place. It feels like three months. Have you gotten any help? I keep seeing and feeling like paperwork and programs and some kind of help, some kind of assistance in moving, finding a different place. It feels almost like there's someone that is going to help you through it specifically. And it almost feels like a program, some kind of either community program or something like that. Community or county. Maybe it's county program. It almost feels like a county program. Somewhere is going to help you both financially and with finding a place. Word of mouth is going to help. I think get it out there. And you're going to find somewhere that's going to be open. It might not even be open just yet, but it is going to be opening in the next month or two, and it'll kind of fit in right around the holidays. Yeah, I definitely get the breathing. That is why you're so tired. You just feel really tired. You feel really dragged out. Also, check your iron. I think you could use some iron supplements. Actually, a large amount. I think the iron because of the blood or something. You just need more iron. I don't know if you take a multivitamin, but I think some iron and that would help a lot. You seem almost anemic. Maybe when you go in, have them test for that. And I feel that you've had a thyroid issue or you've been dealing with a thyroid issue and you either take medicine right now or you will be taking medicine. Do you take thyroid medicine?
Well, my daughter does, though.
No? Okay, you might want to have yours checked as well, because it might be underactive, and that could be another reason why you're a bit tired and a bit off. So when you go in again, it's just a simple blood test to do a thyroid test, but also anemic iron test. So get tested for that, because it could be why you're so tired too. And right now, you need all your strength and you need your vitamins and lots of water. Seem really dehydrated, lots of water. It'll help continue to fight, because I don't feel that you're going to need surgery. I feel that your issues are going to be corrected, and your breathing's going to be much better. And once you get some of that under control, which by spring you're going to start to be feeling so much better, a lot of it's going to clear up throughout the holidays and throughout the winter. I keep getting power of prayer. Don't underestimate the power of prayer. I feel that you do pray already, but continue to pray, continue to believe. Trust. Don't, like I know many people that have illnesses, and I've heard from many people. A very good friend told me way back when I was young, don't own any illness. Don't let it in. Look at it as I am better instead of saying I'm going to get better, I'm fighting this. Look at it as I am better, I'm on my way, I'm healing from this, I'm healed. keep looking at it as positive, because it is, and our mind is so strong, and the brain is the most powerful part of your body, and what you think, our thoughts can become reality. Our thoughts can become so important. Our thoughts can affect us physically, mentally, emotionally, and keep thinking that you're getting healed. You are healed, because you're going to get much better. And so I think the physical issues have taken a toll. Financial, I get financial. It feels that you've had a little bit of financial concerns. Nothing major. It feels almost like a car repair or something that was unexpected that set you back a little bit. So you've worried a little bit about that, but that will get better. Holiday money, I get holiday money comes in. I don't know, from some source. So I don't know if it's either like another part-time job or almost like crafts that you make or something, or if it's someone sends you holiday money, but I just get some money over the holidays coming in for you.
Cricket.
Oh, okay, sorry. Questions or cricket? Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Next time, you got your phone figured out, so that's all good.
Yes, that's cool.
Yeah.
Feel free to
and
hang out.
call in again.
I will. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, feel free to hang out while we just go. Now, I'm going to thank all the archive listeners for listening. We'll be back tomorrow with Hillary Black is back, and those are fun shows too. So we're going to sign off for tonight for the archive people.